Welcome back to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and today we're going to play the King's Dilemma Chronicles, which is a political strategy game. So let's start a brand new game. And this game has got some stuff, but it's some rough stuff, but it's mostly a test game, so I don't really think that that's going to be too much of a problem. We'll see what we get. Welcome to the Kingdom of Ankist, a place of daring expedition, gruesome battles, and arcane mysteries. Located in the northern continent of Livik, Ankist is one of the largest kingdoms of the known world, but it's not the only one. The Kingdom of Moor to the northwest advanced both culturally and technologically. The small and harmless Kingdom of Sidlada to the south with its stingy lands. I should be reading. I don't know why I'm reading the names of the cities in Czech. I'll fix it. The Republic of Kaupayas to the northeast with commercial abilities beyond imagination. The Kazukian Empire to the distant east, where the emperor lives in opulence while the people struggle. The southern continent, barely explored, is only known for the fierce ivory desert and the tales and legends shared by the very few foreigners that travel there. Ankist has been enjoying several decades of peace, but less than 2 centuries ago it was divided into many small kingdoms and raider tribes, conquered in wars or united by diplomacy over the centuries to be incorporated as duchies or marks. Little is known about what happened before this age of fragmentation, but what we know for sure is that all the lands of the known world were ruled by several lost civilizations throughout the ages. What caused the fall is unclear. You're going to assume the role of head of the council, governing body ruling the name of the king located in Libya, the capital of Ankist. So first, we gotta choose our house. So we're gonna go through a little bit of a test, and it's gonna give us 2 options. In financial crisis, is it moral to sacrifice knowledge in order to save money? I didn't my test game no, so we're gonna say yes together, just to see what are other options. Is it okay to restrict certain religious practices that clash with the established cult? This is very like, what kind of religious practice? We're gonna go for no. Freedom of religion is what we have over here. If a neighboring country gets invaded, do we step in to support them? Yes. With the childbirth on decline, so we strongly incentivize families to children. No. No explanations why I chose that one. You're not gonna get anything. It's the same choice. Well, because I chose, except for... No, it's not. It's the same choice, right? So I picked one option differently, otherwise it's the same choice. Assume that the house kind of represents like the politicians and like in which direction they will tend to vote. So if you pick something that's very opposing to how you actually want to rule, then that would be problematic, but whatever. Group of scholars in Libra. Ooh, I love that. I love that it's called Libra. Recently discovered that ancient chronicles often blame a black circle, a dark rising sun, or a cursed eclipse, or other similar images for causing the demise of many past empires. So beware of eclipse. After observing similar clues in recent years, historians started speculating about the existence of a secret society that has been leading civilization to oblivion for centuries. It's called the Black Dawn. Are we a part of it? Some think they're a force of chaos, others view them as an engine for creative destruction, and some view them as the heralds of a new dawn, harbingers of progress and change. Whatever their true nature really is, it seems that a huge battle is coming. As head of the council, you have the power to shape the future of this kingdom, but the Black Dawn is lurking in the shadows. The existence is threatening and yet intriguing. Can I join? I just want to be a part of it. Like, I'm the king, let me join your weird secret society. Your role is to inform... Oh, okay, I'm not a king, sorry. I'm just a guy helping out the king. Your role is to inform the king about the decisions of the council, but it is within your power to alter them if you wish, provided you have enough power. It's time to begin. A new king is about to be crowned. How will the future of Ankist unfold? So let me talk about some things, because actually... Oh, okay, more text. So we're gonna soon get into the part. The king is crowned. People are happy. Foreign dignitaries come. Ceremony is followed by a feast. Of 3 days and nights? That's a really long feast. A week later, sitting on his throne, how slowly are they eating that the feast takes 3 days? A week later, sitting on his throne behind the grand chiseled door of the council room, the new king addresses for the first time. Any authority is flickering. A power can be blessing or a curse for those on whom it is exercised. Ruling is an unsolvable dilemma. Ooh. So this is representing how the chapters move. So how the storylines move. When storylines are completed, the actives will then an uprising will start, and then what happens depends on how. The main thing you gotta do is you gotta prepare for the uprising. To do that, you can wait, sorry, not here. You can here. You can start with different preparations. We don't know about any yet, but they will show up. In order to get a preparation, you need to use your crave and prestige points, which are these two things down here. How do you get them? Well, you get them through either events or at the end of each reign. So a reign ends when this stability symbol gets to the top or to the bottom. If it gets to the bottom, people are poor and unhappy, and essentially they I guess rebel and they get a new king. If it gets too much to the top, from my understanding, the reason why the king changes is because like certain faction has gotten so much power because you have so many resources and stuff that they can sort of overpower you. Now this yellow area is where you want to keep your resources. This will change depending on your king. So our king either wants a country to be really like wealthy, so our stuff up here, or really poor. He doesn't really care either way. It's just he wants indirection. But this will change as a new king begins. You can pick his morale dilemma, and that will determine where, for example, I had a king who was greedy, and so he wanted the resources of the kingdom weirdly to be actually down here on the lower half, because I guess it meant that he got more power over them. It's not entirely clear to me why greedy and he wanted the resources to be down. You would think he would want them up, but whatever. And depending on how many resources you get in that area, you get these points. So currently we get one point for every resource in the upper area and one for every bottom, an extra one of each if the central area is empty. Maybe because it says rebel here, so maybe the reason is actually that like we get the points for like rebelling or something. So when the king was greedy, he wanted the resources to be up, so we got extra points for it being down. I didn't fully understand why it is the way it is, because you get reward for like the opposite of what you would think would want, which is a little strange. But yeah, never mind. Either way, let's just go into the dilemma. So how does this work? So you click on a dilemma and essentially you're presented with a choice. So we're going to go to the Golden Harbor. The Royal Marshal's report says that 3 windmills were set on fire last night along the road between Libra and Golden Harbor. The affected millers are asking for help rebuilding their windmills. Do we fund the reconstructions of the damaged windmills? So we can say yes. So first of all, we have some houses that already voted. Currently, the total vote is yes, so that's what our people want. We can agree with them, in which case what will happen is that our like health and welfare of the people will go up and our money will go down because we pay for the mills. Or we can say no and we can sort of veto or overpower our houses here, but for that I have to spend my power here, this over here, this is coins by the way, so this, to change the vote, and it will cause our money to go down. So we're just gonna say aye, we're happy with this, and as a result we sent carpenters to fix the windmills, and we were informed that they noticed a smell of an unknown alchemical substance at all 3 locations, so this was probably done on purpose. And you can see as the resource moved up and down, so did the stability symbol. So you need to keep the stability symbol in the middle, but you want to keep the resources out. And because I have 1 resources up here, I get 1 of these points, which is what we want. We want a lot of those points at the end of the reign. So ideally you want to move your resources in the right positions, then immediately end the reign so that you can next. Let's go to the world, and we have the King's Dilemma, City of Tents. Morano, a rich merchant from a remote desert city island called the City of Tents, wants to negotiate a lucrative trade agreement. Among his samples of goods is a slave concubine in chains. Claims the woman comes from a desert temple that allegedly hides the golden map, a fabled item we've been seeking for decades. Many of our people are against slavery. Yeah, can I take her and free her? Do we force Morano to free her? Yes, 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 yes. So our people are saying no, but I'm actually going to say so I'm going to overpower them So I have to pay some of my power, 2 of my power, to overpower them. We can't tolerate slavery. We force the merchant to free his concubine and send him away. This compromise our trade agreement, but our people rejoice that we stood up for the women. Many are also excited at the prospect that she may reveal the location of the mythical golden map. It should have a lot of gold. Now we gain a chronicle. So when you a chronicle is like a side effect for the entire kingdom. And actually I don't know if we got some, but maybe. And this will just like affect the whole kingdom the whole time. And you also get extra bonuses if you can get like a row of good chronicles in a row. Sarah, the woman we freed from slavery, comes from a remote temple of the mother in the south of Marudi, which we call the Ivory Desert. She says the golden map is guarded by this temple. She was kidnapped and enslaved by her former master while visiting the city of Ten. The story becomes quite popular in the kingdom and spurs a burst of interest in the unexplored southern continent she calls Conforta. Sarah claims that it is the land where the ancient Sabaean lake once prospered and fell. Our scholars immediately start preparing a caravan to retrieve the golden map and take her home. So we move this down and this up. So this is actually good because now we have 2 different resources in an area that gives us extra money. So now what we would want to look at is something that moves the other 3. So if I'm looking at these options, I want to be looking at things that move stuff away. So for example, this, the Gaunt Isthmus, will move some of my resources that I want to move. So we want to do that next. The Ixers, a nomadic tribe living in the unclaimed land of the Gaunt Isthmus, south of the Mark of Crane, are asking to join us? Cool. Ixos could strengthen our army. They're excellent warriors and camel drivers, able to exploit the few resources offered by the area. Many, however, are distrustful of their barbaric customs. Yeah, let's take them in. Oh, no one wants to take them in. Ooh. Interesting, but actually not taking them in is more beneficial for me, because if I take them in, it's just going to stay in the middle, and I don't want the resources to be in the middle. So we're going to agree with our people, and we're not going to take them in. They're not welcome. The people cherish our decision, but we may have wasted a significant opportunity. Now, interesting point, if you already move a resource in some direction, moving it again in the same direction is actually quite, it moves it an extra step. Now I'm considering looking at things that would move stuff up, so trying to figure out something with this. And the reason why is because I actually kind of want to end the rain quickly because I'm in a pretty good position. So let's do the distant reward here. Try to move this up if possible. Alasal, a botanist, requests funds to study the poisonous red cacti covering a small area of the Ivory Desert. Some believed him to be the tears left behind by Ulsa, the same daughter of strength, when she took the burden of human brutality upon herself to free us from it. To be fund little research into the red cacti. Corrupting a council member will freeze the relationship between your houses for the current dilemma. Use corruption wisely to manage your relationship and your power. Interesting. So I could try to make this guy say, because what I want to say is yes, because I want to move my stability up. So I'm going to try to corrupt this guy. And now I can just say yes. So it costs me some money instead of the power. More knowledge is always a good thing. The Outer has Lysol to take some samples of the red cacti, and we provide the means for him to do so. Lasso discovered that the cacti are very sturdy and need a little water. They can grow almost anywhere, and if boiled, prove to be healthy and nutritious. So this gave us a new preparations and also a new chronicle. And this is great because our stability is quite up. So if we can figure out just a few things to move our stability up, we could end the rule and get a lot of points. For example, if I could move this up, that would be good. Now let's jump to the preparation. I have 2 and 2 right now. So if I just got 3 of, I think, the crave points, I could import red cacti, which would allow me to get food when the uprising starts, so I can feed my people. So we can do distant reward with the... Let's try to do this and try to move ourselves up, ideally out of the lane, so I can show you what happens upon the new rain. The caravan of scholars seeking to retrieve the gold map is constantly threatened by desert raiders and is struggling to move forward. If we don't send them military aid, they'll be forced to deviate. to the city of Tents to stock up on supplies and hire mercenaries. Do we send reinforcements? I need to go up, so I'm just gonna say yes, even though it goes against my houses. We send troops to support the caravan. Thanks to the help of the army and the guidance of Sarah, the scholars finally reached the remote temple. Soon we'll discover if the gold map is really there. Unfortunately, Sarah dies? What? After wandering for days, our expedition sights a rocky plateau protruding from the desert, the ruins of a temple atop it. Our scholars think it dates to the time of Omar, the first king, but it was pillaged recently. Inside, they find the dried corpses of dozens of sand priestesses, an opulent version of the cult of Mother, that though we worship the same goddess, had lavish ways in stark contrast with the sober purity of our cult. Of course our religion is better. The ruin surrounds a huge oasis, and based on rough interpretation of ancient inscriptions in the altar hall, it was called Chalice Peak. Most of the temple's riches were stolen by the raiders, but the inscriptions suggest a bigger treasure may be hidden in a secret chamber. And this moves our story ahead. And okay, it moved me almost high enough. So we need to do one more thing where we just need to go up. So I'm gonna try to pick something with the torque, so I could move this up. Actually, I won't be able to move it high enough anyway, so let's maybe try to focus on this. We'll do the chalice in the desert so we can move this up. Cost me 2 points to actually do this. 2 coins, sorry. A scholar sent us a transcription of an ancient text engraved on a wall at the Chalice Peak. It suggests that the mother waged war against the Sun Empire of legend to free the world from its corruption brought upon its downfall. However, in doing so, she accidentally gave birth to a cursed black eclipse. Oh, it's all coming back. Many think it should be dismissed as heresy. Do we verify the plausibility of the engraved text? Yes, because I need my king to die. A scholar searched the royal library for more information from before the time of the first king. While they find no further reference to the Sun Empire, the image of a black eclipse that brings powerful societies to ruin is a recurring theme in the ancient chronicles. Okay, so now our king has a 50% chance to die. And he died. Okay. Now we got a new rank. This is going to give us a lot of points. We get 3 points and 1 point because of these resources. And next, let's see what we get next. And also the resources move depending on where we were. Now we can pick a dilemma for a new king. So we can pick a new heir. So for example, we can pick an extremist who gives me 1 coin for every step between the highest and lowest resources on the track. We can get a rebel, which is what we just had. Opportunist, 1 for every resource in the lower half of the track. 2 additional if all the resources are in the lower half of the track. And opulent, let's do opulent, because I like moving things up. I like giving my kingdom more riches. Now we got enough stuff to do some preparation. So what we could do is either research Libra's geology. Studying the terrain around the capital of Ankist will allow the construction of underground structures and tunnels. So this will take 2 reigns to go, and then it will unlock a new event. Or I can import the red cacti, which will give me some additional dilemma at the end. Purchase and grow red cacti to get nutritious food in case of a prolonged siege. I think we'll go with this. I like this. So this is gonna give me extra final dilemma, and we'll just take it just took 1 reign, so we actually just got it. So this is available now. Here, if we had enough points, we could actually change like a relationship with some house, but enough coins is what we need for this. I don't have enough coins for this, so we'll just move on. And you can see that right now we're trying to move everything up, but we also want to keep our stability, you know, in a good position. But I actually think that this is a good time to end the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, right now in the comments, and click on right towards some other game that we play on this channel. I'll see you there. Bye bye.